Good day everybody, and what you're going to see in this video is me rebuilding a CRF450 in about 10 minutes. This was an 02 CRF in classic black plastic, metal militia stickers and ball tires. This customer, it's not my bike, it's a customer's bike. He's got a thing for old four strokes because I have another one of his here now. This video is from about 2 years ago and I'm finally getting around to editing it. But right here I have an 04 YZ450 that he wants rebuilt as well. So the Honda had dropped a valve, I believe, and the head was removed when I got it. So he had bought a Remand-ish ported head from somewhere in the US, and we slapped it all together for him and got him a real solid bike. It's been about 2 years and he's still liking that bike. That's why we're building him another classic 450. Most people say it's never worth it to spend that much, but he picked both these bikes up for around $1,000, and then we put about 3,000 or 4,000 into them, and he gets 5 to 10 years. He's got 2 years out of the Honda so far, and it's been great. So if he gets 5 or so years out of it, I mean, I think that's a lot of value for the bike. It's not too serious of a rider, just, I mean, carved 450s are a lot of fun when they run right, and he enjoys them. So let's dive into this video and we'll blast this 02 CRF 450 back into life. All right, so this sucks, but the swing arm pivot bolt is hella stuck. So I'm just gonna have to start beating on her and see if we can get her out. Have a look at this guy. It's nothing but rust and corrosion. There's no signs of any grease or oil or nothing. So if you haven't had yours out for a while, pop her out, shot of oil, grease, something on it, put her back in. Thank yourself in a couple years. All right, now we can go ahead and get this motor out. I've got the swing arm pivot bolt out. Get this engine on the bench and get her split up. That was definitely an gnarly case to split. As you've seen, I had to pry it with a screwdriver, and I don't recommend doing that ever. It's like the worst thing you can do outside of cases. But where this pin was seized, there's no oil here. Like it'd be different if you pry down here, where you have to where you have to contain oil. You're gonna have to fix, if you do any damage to the case, it has to seal. So you don't want to do anything where there's oil. Up here, I didn't feel too bad about it. I will clean this all up and smooth the cases back out, but there's no oil seal on this side of this pin, and this dowel pin was seized. I heated it and pushed on it with my puller for all I could, and yeah, I had to get a little bit of pry in there, but it's not a big deal if you do it, in a couple specific spots. You're not going to damage the cases. kind of giving her a few cycle kicks to get the oil flowing, and it fired right up. So I'll top her up with oil. It's a little low. Adjust the carb a little bit, and that will be the end of this CRF450 build. So 02 CRF450. Looks a little rough, but it's surprisingly mint. A lot of the bolts were super easy to get out, other than the swing arm pivot bolt. That was a nightmare, but it's pretty much an original 02. Black plastic, but it's a beautiful little bike. So get this back to the guy, and he'll be happy to have a nice summer on a rebuilt 02 CRF450.